reasons. 2011, the Patriotic Front comes into office. They find that we are credit worth, and they're able to contract, all this number of debt. One of the things that they highly invest in from this date is infrastructural development. Others argue, Prof, that that was a precursor for economic takeoff. Did we borrow for the wrong reasons?
It's yes and no, if you ask me. Firstly, anyone would like to live opulently. If I said, I'm sure I would want, if you were rich, on a plane. But your appetite for buying a plane must be aligned to your capacity to raise that money and pay for it. In other words, having beautiful roads is everybody's dream. The speed at which you build those roads must be aligned in terms of commitment of public resources to your capacity, especially if you are building based on borrowed financial resources. That's where we went wrong. So in other words, investing in road infrastructure is not bad. The speed at which you invest, if you are spending beyond your means, is a bad thing. But most importantly, and this is really, one has to understand, because sometimes we talk about these things in generic terms, the cost of the road construction. The average road before, I don't know now, we are beginning to get into this under the new administration. I don't know how and where it will come to. The average road cost per kilometer has been, on average, in Zambia, about $1 million US per kilometer. In Southern Africa, it's about 450, 500, half of that. The question is procurement. Who is given the contracts? How are they given the contracts? How does the government prepare before they open the tender? Do they put ceilings? Does the government departments, relevant departments, make sure that actually whoever bids, they stick to that bid? And there must be a latitude through threshold within which they can fluctuate. If it goes well beyond that, they tighten the spanner. Those things were not happening. It could be a coincidence, but 90% or so of all major road infrastructure development in Zambia during the previous administration were done by the Chinese. I have no problem with the AVIC, for example. What I would have a problem with is the quality, especially for the others, but also the pricing. Much of the problems of what we are seeing now, it would appear, is that over and above the real cost, there were certain things that were added. I don't want to get into there. I'll leave that to the professionals that know whether there was corruption. But we are also aware that there are people that are being called to account for some of their wealth, and some of it from the social media, I don't have the information myself, suggest that some people were helping themselves. Some people probably mistook the National Treasury for private accounts. Auditor General's report is something that gives you an indication of what was happening. Every year, if you recall, and still the traces of that are there, but we're adjusting, figures are coming down. Every year you'll see unauthorized expenditures, unconstitutional expenditures being reviewed by the Auditor General, who is in charge of seeing how public resources are used. So it tells you a story. The story that, firstly, yes, we need roads. Yes, we need infrastructure development, including hydro, Lower Kafue. But no, the costing, the procurement challenges have to be attended. And we will expect the current government to address those issues. And I'm aware that there is